Hello, it is Thursday, March 10th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is, of course, a Thursday puzzle, so some kind of interesting or complex or unusual theme, we'll have to see. This edition of the Daily Solve is brought to you by Michael H., Joe Percy, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster. So thank you so much to the three of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. If you'd like to join their ranks and get access to that recognition as well as the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve. There's a link in the description field underneath the video. And of course, backing at any level gets you access to all of the bonus Solve videos that have been released to date, as well as the extra channel on the Daily Solve Discord chat server, the rest of which is free for anybody to join. So do check that out as well. There's also a link to that in the description field underneath the video. And do subscribe to the channel. I usually say that at the end. I should probably say it at the beginning occasionally. If you're new or if you've been watching and have not yet subscribed, do subscribe. Thank you to everybody who has. All right, so let's get on to today's puzzle. This is, as I said, a Thursday puzzle constructed by John Westwig, who's constructed a handful of New York Times crosswords and edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's get going. We'll have to unpick some kind of clever theme today, presumably. All right, one across we have Mad Men milieu informally. Well, it's the world of advertising is where Mad Men is set. New York? I'm not sure. The milieu. It seems like it would be the world of advertising, creative world. I'm not sure. Let's keep going. Slammin' Sammy, this rings a bell, Sammy Sosa, baseball player. And 33 and a third, 45 and 78 for short. These are rates of revolutions per minute at which vinyl records revolve on a turntable. Collector's item. And here we have DC Comics supervillain. Probably not going to know that without some crosses. Museum curator is wanted to... here we go. This must be our theme. Museum curator is wanted to... ellipsis. Experience needed. Freestyle dancing. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to jump straight to this right now. I'll need some more crosses. Mortimer Blank ventriloquy dummy of old TV. Mortimer Snurd, the very sort of iconic ventriloquist dummy. You'd recognize him if you saw the picture, probably. First name of Times 2021 person of the year. I don't remember. Whoops. I just don't remember one bit. Sorry about that. Smooth over in a way. Could be pave as in a road. Collector's item. What is this? Oh, right. This is that theme thing. Here we have dummy in Canadian slang. It could be a hoser. And a scintilla. Could be a tad. Not one scintilla, not one tad of a clue about what this theme answer might be. Move. Museum curator is wanted to... It looks like move, doesn't it? Move ahead, move aside, experience needed, freestyle dancing. Move, I'm sorry, I probably should be able to infer it from that, but I'm not quite. And then the supervillain, who is this? I don't know, sorry. Okay, movement that began with Stonewall, informally. So this would be surrounding LGBT rights. Casual greetings could be haze, maybe. Oh, here's another theme clue. Baseball pitcher is wanted to... ... Experience needed negotiating. Have we looked at the crosses from Sosa? I don't think so. Cocktail made with sparkling wine. A Kir Royale, a French 75. I'm sure there's a very obvious one I'm missing. What about this? Willow used in basket weaving. And cause for pity. And here we have dug in. Could be 8, dug into your meal. Exam that qualifies one for a National Merit Scholarship. I suspect this is the PSAT, the Practice Standardized Achievement Test, or whatever it is. I think it's always the one I don't say first. Scholastic Aptitude Test, maybe. I think it maybe is formally that, but no longer. Oh, could this be an osage, willow used in basket weaving, perhaps? What about this? Parches. So if you're parched, you're very thirsty. A spritz. A cocktail made with sparkling wine is a spritz, as in an Aperol spritz, for instance. Okay. Here's one of those theme clues. Nous sommes ici, maybe, we are here. Nous sommes means we are in French, so it could be we are here. Could be another adjective as well, but that one seems plausible. Sorceress who turned Odysseus' men into pigs was Circe in the Odyssey. And showed some character. Could be acted. You could act as a character. Somber song would be a dirge. So, for instance, a funeral song. Actress Sonia of Moon over Parador. Don't think I'm familiar with Moon over Parador. What about this? This looks like egg. Prankster's projectile. It is indeed egg. And here we have another theme clue. Baseball pitcher is wanted to blank. Experience needed. Negotiating. I'll wait on those. Oh, ad biz. There we go. Ad biz is the Mad Men milieu informally. So it is the ad business, but I didn't fully take into account the informally and think about how that could result in a useful answer. So, whoops. Youngest person to win the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series 2020. I don't know this fact, but based on the fill, I'm wondering if it's Zendaya, who is Michi. Youngest person to win the Emmy for Outstanding. It must be. This must be it. I don't know what series that is, but I suspect this is the answer. So experience is wanted to train a ride? Train a roan would be a horse, but that doesn't fit here. Equestrian, sorry, because equestrian is horse-related is why I was thinking maybe of a type of horse, but I don't really think that fits. I'm just not seeing what this is. What about this? Sonia Bragg, perhaps? Baseball pitcher is wanted to... I don't know. I shouldn't put that in until I'm more confident. What about this? Hearing disorder remedy. Oh, yay. So a judge may shout that. So this is a clever, a very clever clue. Hearing in the sense of a court hearing, and disorder referring to disorderly conduct as opposed to disorder meaning an illness, and then a remedy in this case not meaning a pharmaceutical remedy, but rather a general corrective to a situation. So here we have a hearing disorder remedy. It's OAA from a judge. That's very clever, I think. Brit's bottom could be arse, as so the British spelling with the R, and sometimes you'd get this with a place name, but here we're just being told directly it's from a Brit, so we're given the indication that it's from British English. And baseball pitcher is wanted to blank. Experience needed negotiating. Why do I not see that? I don't see what's going on with any of these. Train, equestrian is wanted to. Experience needed, conducting. I don't know, I'm sorry. Cause for pity could be a sad state, maybe? That would make train a ride plausible there, actually. Parches. So if this were sad state, this could be statue. What about this? Movement that began with Stonewall informally. And then here we would have a T. I'm just trying to sort of imagine these letters in sad state in case it seems right or wrong. Build. Washington, but what? Not Washington, D.C. Oh, okay. Well, this is Washington, but not Washington, D.C. yet is a state. So Washington is a state in the United States, and Washington, D.C., Washington District of Columbia, is a city that whose residents do not have all of the privileges associated with statehood because Washington, D.C. has a special status in the U.S. So that means this is not a sad state. So that's, which is exactly why I wanted to check those crosses to confirm or deny. Kind of food or music, soul food or soul music, that's plausible. All-out military conflict is total war. Exclaim. Well, I could have said shout, but that's not enough letters. What about this? Carpenter is wanted to, or experience needed. Flying. Oh, plane. So you could plane, carpenter could use a plane, or I think the associated verb would be to plane. And then experience needed flying feels relevant to plane. So I wonder if that's something. Plane a... Oh. Train a ride. Experience needed conducting. Ride a train. Right. So the equestrian trains a ride, a horse for riding. And experience needed conducting. That has to do with a train conductor. Riding a train when this is reversed. So what is... Baseball pitcher is wanted. Experience needed negotiating. Deal a strike. There we go. Strike a deal a strike. So the negotiator strikes a deal. The baseball pitcher deals a strike. I see. A strike in baseball. All right. So that's starting to work out. Oh, willow using basket weaving. Osier? That sounds right, actually. Parches, dries, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Strangest thing. Cause for pity, a sad... and then here we have Danny, who played Walter Mitty. Danny Kaye, it must be. And build. Bud could be a pal, maybe. No hard feelings. It's cool, maybe? No. We're cool? That's actually a slightly better fit, actually, because no hard feelings refers to something that's happened between two people, or a group of people, I suppose. Plant on a farm or animal on a farm. Oh, I see. So it's a sow or a sow. So to plant something on a farm is to sow seeds, but then an animal on a farm is a female pig, a sow. So there we go. That's pretty clever. And a bit tricky because one of them is a verb and one of them is a noun. So that's a bit of maybe arguable misdirection. It begins again. A soft A literally begins the word again. A soft A as opposed to a hard N. Again, I guess that would be. Or is that a short A? Would a hard A be again? I'm sorry, I don't remember how all of those phonemes work. Apologies. And then a long A would be again. Anyway. Chill. No. Is this wrong? Sorry, I'm now very doubtful about everything regarding that A. So let's check some crosses. Words of begrudging agreement. Okay, perhaps? And chill. Locker? Is that slang for a prison? What about this? Nurse is wanted to, or experience needed, philanthropy. Nurse is wanted to... Maybe this is okay. I don't know. Let's delete all of it. What about this? Steals slangily. Could be cops. So we're going to cop a feel, I suppose. Here we have exclaim. Something out. Cry out, perhaps? Chill. Loopy, or... I don't know. Why do I not see that? Here we have the words of begrudging agreement. Neat. and draws the short straws loses. Change careers or hint to this puzzle's theme. It'll be switch something, surely. Switch jobs. Is that it? Switch job. Oh. Are we switching which of these words is sort of the jobs? We're switching. Is that what this is? Hustlers co-star informally. J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, was in that film. I do know that. I didn't see it, but I heard it was really good, actually. Politician Marco Rubio, a one-time presidential candidate. Yours Italian. This is Marco Rubio, right? Is there a different Marco? I don't know Italian particularly, so Carpenter is wanted to, is probably plane a something. Pilot a plane? Doesn't make any sense, though. Plane a pilot doesn't make any sense. Board a plane or plane a board. There we go. So a carpenter does indeed plane a board with a to level a board, whereas your flying experience, you will board a plane. There we go. Very clever. Volcanic vestige. And just what the doctor ordered. Sorry, I feel as though I'm missing some pretty obvious things today. Basic skateboard trick is an ollie, little skateboard jump. And what is this? Grinder vendor, a sub shop. So grinder being one term for a submarine sandwich, a hoagie, that sort of thing. Shirts named for a sport, polo shirts. Oh, a doctor ordered doses. There we go. Sorry about that. Yours. Oh, Tuo? And what is this? Oh, volcanic vestige. Yes, an atoll, as in the type of small island, vestige of volcanic settled eruption. Okay, so that makes sense. And what is this? Checked out. Probably ends in ED. What is this? Sorry, I feel as though I'm just missing things constantly today. What's picked up in a hurry? Picked up the pace, literally in a hurry. And neat, oh, I see. No, okay, this I don't feel bad for not getting. Neat is noise, so sort of a slangy, I don't know, kind of Southern California, I suppose, pronunciation of nice, noise. Burn notice. SPF, perhaps? Sun protection factor? Indication about, is that? Member of the Scooby-Doo gang, right. So Fred was a member of the Scooby-Doo gang, so that it was SPF over there. All right, what about this? Latin for lust. I'll need some crosses there, unfortunately. Oh, so this does, movement that began with Stonewall from, it does look like gay. Why do I not see what the rest of this is? I mean, I see what it is conceptually, but... Oh, here, the cause for pity is a sad sight. And build is to... Oh, one's build, not to build. Sorry, I really need to watch out for that. So this is referring to build as a noun. One's build, one's physique. And, oh, DC comic supervillain. I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't think I was expecting a Q. Well, probably there's a U. Although it's a proper noun, it's the name, so it may not even need a U. It doesn't necessarily need to follow typical convention. Tied up. Well, it could be busy, and that would be a U, so actually that's probably plausible. And then here we have human organ with its own immune system. Oh, the eye. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? Museum curator is wanted to move a bust, and experience needed freestyle dancing. Bust a move. That's very clever. These are pretty good. Gay lib. I see. Gay liberation. Gay lib. There we go. All right. It took me some time to land on the particular phrase we were looking for here. And Latin for lust. Oh, libido. Oh, there we go. I probably could have gotten there earlier, but I don't know. Maybe I was looking for something more obscure. I'm not really sure where I was going. Número de días en una semana. Number of days in a week. Siete, 7. And Is this Plastique? It's a strange name for a supervillain. Is that really what this is? Fastique? Prastique? Oh, was Elon Musk Times 2021 Person of the Year? I suppose he must have been. Collector's item repo will collect something that needs to be repossessed. Plastique. Huh. What a strange name for a supervillain. It must be the answer, right? Smooth over and away is pave. Dummy is a hoser in Canadian slang. Scintilla is one tad. Gay lib. Physique. Busy. Siete. All right. I think this is correct. Fair enough. Let's move on. No point dwelling on it. End of a trip. End of a trip. A thud, maybe. If you trip over and thud onto the ground, is that what it is? I don't. Oh, checked out. Yeah, maybe. Checked out, tested. And, oh, I didn't look at this. In haec verba, verbatim, Latin. Ooh. I don't know, sorry. I'm going to have to assume this is correct and then, I don't know, deal with it. If not, I'm going to remember this as the thing about which I'm least certain, I have to say. Okay, let's try and finish this off. It begins again. Oh, right, that's that A thing that I lost all my confidence about. Nurses wanted to. Well, it'll have an A in it, won't it? Biathletes do it. And places where you might ask for the Wi-Fi password. So this is probably where the A goes in that down clue. So you might ask for a Wi-Fi password in a cafe. And here we have swirl in a toilet bowl, maybe. It could be an eddy, a small whirlpool. Online crafts marketplace is Etsy. Website where people sell handmade goods, ostensibly. And alarms could be... I don't know. What about this? Alarm. Look at that. Scare. You could scare somebody. You could alarm them. Kicked oneself over. Rude. So if you kicked yourself over something, you, really kicking myself about that. I rue it. I rued it. Drop it. Drop it. So this type of clue with the exclamation point, particularly in the New York Times crossword in particular, the exclamation point tends to mean that this is something you could exclaim about the clue rather than something that literally defines or serves as a synonym of the clue. So this will be something you drop, presumably. Now, does that help me solve it? It doesn't in this case, not for me right now. I'm sorry if it does for you and you're yelling through the screen about it to me. I can't hear you yet, unfortunately. I don't know why I said yet. That was strange. Biathletes do it. Ski, right. I never... The things that biathlons and triathlons, they're such arbitrary collections of things. I never know how to remember what they contain. Anyway, I suppose skiing must be one of them. Nurse wanted to check, presumably, a cut, whereas a philanthropist will cut a check. These are very good. What is this? It begins again. Oh, it's not any kind of A. That's, wow, look at that. I really put myself into, I sort of misdirected myself by virtue of the crosses I happen to have. It's a schwa. So is an example of a schwa, which is a linguistic phoneme descriptor of some sort that I cannot remember how to concisely explain at this moment, so I'm not going to, because I'll probably get it wrong, and someone will tell me in a comment anyway. If something is chill, it is low-key. There we go. I missed out on that. And words of begrudging agreement. My second guess was correct. Oh, okay. And if something alarms you, it horrifies you. There we go. And you can drop acid, in this case referring to LSD, the drug. So drop it, acid. And there's the puzzle. So fortunately, I didn't need to return to any missing letters. So this was indeed in haec verba. I'm sure I'm saying that poorly. This was indeed the supervillain Plastique. So that's the puzzle. Some very clever little bits of reversed language here. We had equestrian is wanted to train a ride, and experience needed conducting, ride a train. A baseball pitcher is wanted to deal a strike, but there's also negotiation experience needed to strike a deal. And a carpenter is wanted to plane a board, but experience also needed in flying to board a plane. And in all of these cases, we are switching jobs. Were there any in the downs? Yes. A museum curator is wanted to move a bust, but we also need freestyle dancing experience to bust a move. And finally, I think the last one, a nurse is wanted to check a cut, but we do need philanthropy experience to cut a check. That would be a strange one. All right, so pretty clever theme from John Westwig. That took me quite a while to really narrow down exactly what was going on. I think train a ride, maybe. I sort of saw what was going on. I didn't necessarily see what was going on, but I think I started to gesture towards the answer with this equestrian conducting clue. But it took me longer than that to finally peg the reversal bit and understand what was going on with both halves of the clue and start getting them in the grid. I think once that happened, I was able to start getting them in relatively easily once I had a fair number of crosses. Pretty clever, a fun theme, and a bit of a tricky grid elsewhere from time to time. Although actually not as many proper nouns as we've been having this week, generally speaking. It's been a very proper noun heavy week, I would say. So yeah, I think this was a reasonable Thursday level of difficulty, and a pretty fun theme. Let me know how you fared with that. And now, let's see. Now we can discuss some clues from yesterday's puzzle, the Wednesday puzzle. And I do think I guess I only have two highlighted here. One, regarding eggshell paint, which if you recall from yesterday's theme, also actually sort of transmogrified its meaning, in that case to eggshell paint. I was sort of wondering about eggshell paint generally, and Dragon Traces says, eggshell is a commonly found paint color, which seems to me to fit the theme better than eggshell paint. And then Remy says, eggshell is a sheen type, a finish, in between glossy and matte, like an eggshell. And then Laura Sexton says, well, as far as she is aware, eggshell is a color, kind of a warm white, often used in rental apartments. I think that tracks with my understanding of eggshell, that it is a color, a slightly off-white color that is indeed often used in apartment wall painting, but perhaps a finish as well. Seems plausible enough. And Matthew F. has a bit of a clarification. A couple of people wrote in about this. Sorry, the one that I happened to clip out was Matthew F.'s about the clue, waiters at busy restaurants might be handed them. And the answer was pagers. And I didn't think farther than the surface meaning of this clue. So I thought, I suppose a waiter might have a pager to, I don't know, help them serve customers more efficiently or something like that. But no, as a few people, including Matthew F., pointed out, in case this isn't common everywhere, in the USA at busy restaurants, pagers, often shaped like a coaster, are given to guests before they can be seated. Guests who can't be seated are ones who wait. Waiters. A good little pun that doesn't need the pun indicator because it's literally true. Also, those pagers are then given back to the waiter or host, so it's still literally true even without catching the pun. Fair enough. I completely didn't pick up on that meaning at all, but I understand it now that it's been explained to me. So thank you much to Matthew F. and anyone else who pointed that out. And that is it for today. That's it for the Thursday puzzle. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. If you did, as I said earlier, please do subscribe or tell a friend if you think you know somebody who might enjoy this. And I'll be back tomorrow, of course, for the Friday puzzle, the first themeless puzzle of the week, the first of two, and possibly a bit more of a challenge than we've had the last few days. So do come back for that. I hope you do. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.